Your first love is like a flower. It's beautiful, but it doesn't last forever because something messes it up. She loves me not. She loves me not. She loves me not. Do you ever have that flighty feeling in your chest when your heart skips a beat and your breath is being taken away? If you were over 60 and this is happening to you, I recommend going to the ER right away. If not, then this is probably because of a crush. That really hurt. As you get older, boys and girls suddenly become more aware that they're different, and eventually, more interesting. Suddenly, cooties don't seem so bad anymore. And your mom has probably been demoted from being that #1 person in your life. And then you realize you might actually like somebody. And that, my friends, is when life gets pretty strange, but also more memorable. Like, you don't want any attention from anyone else anymore, just that one special person. So this week, we're tapping into my early love life to see what exactly I did to get my crush to notice me. On this week's High Fives. Borrowing and sharing. What do you mean you didn't give this to me? Of course you gave this to me. We can share. It seems like when you have a crush on someone, you want to see them as much as you possibly can throughout the day. But the sad reality of it is, you probably can't. And if you are, then good job, you probably already figured it out. But if not, then you're probably making things a little awkward. So how do you find moments to interact with your crush, you say? It's all about that boomerang effect. Where'd it go? For starters, I'd always make a point to borrow something from my crush. Can I borrow your heart? You can borrow mine. No, not big things, but more of the small things, ones that are like more normal to borrow. To her, borrowing a pen would seem pretty ordinary. But to me, this was a token of our love. And borrowing also meant that something had to be returned. Or not. And this guaranteed that I'd have to see my crush again. And a good thing about this was it's an open invitation, because she's expecting me to come again. So, awkwardness gone. Sharing is also an activity you can do with your crush. It's not like a blatant reason to hang out with your crush, but now it's less awkward because there's a shared resource in mind. Suddenly, as a kid, you become more selfless as you become more conscious and aware of the needs of someone else, someone special. And like they say, sharing is caring. Hey, thanks for letting me borrow your pen. Perhaps sometime you want to share some kisses? Guess she doesn't like chocolate. Say small favors. Oh, what's that? You want me to try this on for you? Borrowing and sharing couldn't be my only ace in the hole for physical interaction. So small favors are like borrowing and sharing. But this time, you're initiating so that you're doing something for someone else. So for me, small favors were more or less appropriate because I didn't have to be so forward to go out of my way to do something with my crush. Because I wanted to spend so much time with my crush during my daily routine, small favors were a way I could be with my crush without me overstaying my welcome. I did this so that she would feel used to me, so that she'd feel more comfortable, and vice versa. So I asked her for some small favors, like zipping up my backpack because I couldn't reach it, helping me with school projects, and pushing me on the swing. And like I said, it's all about that boomerang effect. So because I did small favors for her, chances were probably pretty high that she'd also do them in return for me. Wow factor. It's a fact of life that we want to impress the people we adore, even more so as kids. Look, Mom, I drew you. So how much more do we want to impress potential mates? Look, Emma, I drew you. As a kid, I always wanted to show my best in front of my crush. And as a kid, you can only do so much, but what little you can do means the world. For me personally, my best was my athleticism. Because I was the small Asian kid growing up, my athleticism was the world to me because it showed that I could prove myself against the big kids. And this to me was impressive. So I would have thought my crush would have thought so too. So whenever I played sports, I would go all out when I knew my crush was watching me. Even during parts of the day, I'd always squeeze in a little something that she would remember. So for example, during recess, when I'd see her on the sidewalk, I'd always run past her as fast as I could so that she would notice me. And my friends and family would always wonder why I was so energetic. So, did my crush notice me? Let's just say that puberty had its own way of leveling the playing field. Association. As a kid, I wanted to be close to my crush in everything that we did. We weren't necessarily together per se, but every moment spent in her company was glorious. Even if she didn't know. Now adult viewers, this is actually called stalking. Don't do that. As kids, on the other hand, this is more or less endearing. So as a kid, I'd try to find every opportunity to spend with my crush. Like for example, whenever we'd sit down, I'd try to sit across from her, even if I was a few tables away. Even the slightest bit of eye contact would have made my day. Like I would try to find the same tutor as her during the summer. She would always go the hour before me. So naturally, I'd come early. An hour early.
Hey, what are you doing here so early?
Looking back, I might have been too excessive. So in her defense, I might have been a bit clingy. Hey, you, play here often? So, you study here often? You, eat here often? So, you come here often? However, she was always one grade above me, so it was kind of hard to find opportunities to be with her. And this distance was even greater when I flunked second grade. And this made us 2 years apart instead of 1. It's just too bad she was into bigger and better things. Fourth graders. Yeah! Inciting reaction. So, what do you think? It looks good, right? Now, if you'll only stand right about here. One of the best feelings is when you are finally noticed by your crush. This is most evident by how she reacts off of you. Any reaction at all is a gift. For example, I'd always try to find ways to make her laugh.
I think about all the time. Think you may need all of mine.
Albeit at the expense of my own pride. It always felt good when I saw that my crush would emulate the things that I would do.
Most of them need dollar signs to make every day your birthday and every night your Valentine.
Because it showed that she was ready to step into my world. But I think the best feeling was when my crush would ask me if I was okay.
They say that love is not worth the chase, worth the game, but I won't know unless I try. It's not every day I meet someone like you. You're the reason behind my every smile. They say that he's just not the one for me, don't you see? But I say I can't help who I like. 'Cause every time I drag myself to sleep, you're the last place that comes to my mind. I've been trying so hard not to fall for someone new, but then somehow I met you. Now I know horoscopes are true. 'Cause I've hope in my heart, something I never thought I'd do. So please don't make me a fool for loving someone like you. 'Cause with you, I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. 'Cause you make it so easy. It's the little things you do that make me feel some kind of way.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this week's High Fives. We definitely had a lot of fun just filming this one, especially because it's a new kind of High Fives. Thanks, first of all, to Natalie for being such a great actress, for being my crush in this video. Another special thanks to Jeremy Cruz, who helped film this. Without him, we wouldn't really have a video.
Super talented.
Super talented. Thank you so much, Jeremy Cruz. For last week's video that we did with High Fives, you can check us up in the left-hand corner up here, which would be your right-hand corner. If you're curious in what Natalie does, she actually does a lot of covers and a lot of music videos.
Yeah.
You can check that out in her corner over here.
Check out my channel.
And to check out Jeremy's vlogs, they'll be over in the center, down here.
Woo!
This is Gigi.
Natalie.
Out.
We are.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Thanks. So, you eat here often? God.